The who. The who. Who do you need to become to get to your heaven?
I like that.
Who do you need to become to get to your heaven? Who do you need to become to get to that heaven? Because at the end of the day, that closely links to the reason why you are doing that. Because the sole purpose of who you are as a person, as a personality, of a personality, as an identity, your sole purpose or outcome every single day, even when you're asleep, I don't want to say since you wake, since you open up your eyes, because even subconsciously when you sleep, is, so the sole purpose and what you are trying to achieve every single day, your mind and everything that surrounds whatever your psyche that's going on, is to live in congruence with who you say you are. Every single behavior and word, every single action that you do and behavior that you do, every single word coming out of your mouth is signals to the world to show them and yourself who you say you and think you are. Think of this, James, when you were younger. I don't know your background at all, so I might be completely misjudging here. But you might have hanged out with the wrong crowd, and they wanted you to do specific things, and you said, "No, I'm not going to do that because that is not who I am." So, the who is the who do you need to become to reach that heaven. Now, let's quickly go. Okay, I'm quickly going to go through this. When I just started in that sales company, I had a mentor, and he told me one day at the very tender age of 19, 20, Franco, you can have more in life because you can become more. And I'm like, what? Yeah, Ruth, I didn't understand that, you know. You can become more. What? All in my mind is just money, 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 money. Frank, you can become more. No, and I was like, I don't know what you mean by that, Raymond. And he's like, Frank, you can have more in life because you can become more. I'm like, what do you mean by that? He's like, let me give you a simple example. He said, you take two people, they go to the same university, they go to the same primary school, they go to the same high school, they go to the same university, study the exact same thing at the same university, work at the exact same job, selling the exact same product or service. One guy makes 50,000 Rand a month, another guy earns 100,000 Rand a month. How is that possible? I'm like, okay. He said, and this is what I want to say to you, the biggest lie we have been told is that we get paid for the time we put into something. That is how the world works. I suppose most of you get paid per hour for the days that you work. Am I right? You do not get paid, ladies and gents, for the time that you put into something. You get paid for the value you produce within that time. And Maudi, who decides what that value is? Is it you as a company or as a person? My products is this and this and this, and this is the value that we bring, and this is how we do it, and this is the money that you need to pay for our value and our services. Who decides that value? Is it you, yourself, and your own company? Or is it the market that decides your value? Because you can say, I've got the best product, and I've got this, and my solution is the best in the world. But if people aren't putting money in your hands, you don't have any solution. The market decides how valuable you are, because the market does not lie. Something that I've learned from Vusi Tembukwayo in an interview. He told me, Franco, the market doesn't lie. The market decides your value. So, The big question then is, if that is the case, can I then earn twice as much money in the same amount of time? Yes. When you become twice as valuable. But to become valuable takes time. Does that make sense? So, the secret in life that he spoke to me that one day in Cappuccino's, looking into the tender age of Franco's 20-year-old eyes, and he said to me the following words: so Franco, the secret to life is to work harder on yourself than you work on your job. And when I grasped that concept, my journey into understanding and doing what I am doing right now, my journey into wanting to understand the psychology behind success started. And it is now 7 years later, and I'm still doing this because he said those words to me. Not necessarily like most people say, yeah, in that moment it was like this thing, and I just, and yeah, it wasn't like this. But I grasped it, a concept that I can change my life because I, as Franco, can become more. And I had to realize that the secret in life is not working hard on your job. Yes, that is very necessary. The secret is rather working harder on yourself than you work on your job. Well, Franco, does that now mean that I'm going to neglect my job? No. In fact, obviously it's gonna make you even more valuable in your current job. And I can promise you, to become more valuable in your job is not that difficult. If I work for McDonald's, I take out trash and I earn 50 Rand, or I work for McDonald's, I earn 50 Rand an hour. Let's say when I take out the trash, I have a small little jump in my step, I do it with a good attitude, I whistle when I do that, I do a little bit more of what is expected of me. I just pitch up to the work a little bit easier, and I just do a little bit more of what is expected of me. Like I said before, I promise you, you'll go from 50 Rand an hour to 60 Rand an hour in a very short span of time. So the secret in life is to work harder on yourself than you work on your job. And I had to realize that I can become more valuable and I can give more value, which means the market will pay me more for what I value, for what I give to them. Because if I go to a company right now and we do corporate training and they pay us 100,000 Rand to do 6 days of corporate training with them, but we in 3-4 months from then make them for 500,000 Rand, will they pay us the money? Every single day. Because they give 100 to receive 500 to make 400,000. Simple. And we have had that result again and again and again and again. So, the last thing that I want to leave you now with is, you might now ask me, Franco, but why would I even want to become more valuable? Why would I even take the time, the effort to put in the work to make myself valuable? Why would I want to do that? Ernest, I think the question or the answer lies in the question. You cannot have a meaningful life without responsibility.